All right. Hello, 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 hello. Going live again. Live again today. Hope everybody is doing well. Yeah, hope everyone's doing well. Let's see if how many live viewers we get. Yeah, had a pretty good turnout. The past few times we've done. Oops, let's turn that off. There you go. Had a pretty good turnout the past two times we've gone live. So let's see how today does. Seems like people are enjoying the live streams. Just get this pushed back. There we go. There we go. Hello, one viewer. Let's see. Just keep this going here. Got a lamp today. Check it out. I feel like the lighting's always. This is really bright though. Can we get this further? What can we do with this light here? Let's see here. Hello, one live viewer. We're gonna do quick language stuff today. It's gonna be good, good fun. Thanks to everyone down there. Ooh, that's pretty bad. Up here is better. Well, I'll just deal with it. I'll just deal with the bright light in my face. If it helps you guys, then I'm happy. So one live viewer, hello, hello. Who do we have here? Who do we have? Say hello. Say hello, say hello. Yeah, I thought we'd just pop on live quickly. I just finished an Instagram live. And again, like I said before, it seems like people are liking these live streams. Yeah, people seem to get a lot of value out of them and people are enjoying them. And so I thought I'd pop on the camera. And it's interesting. I like to go very improv, very improv in these live streams. And so who knows where this will go. If we don't get a ton of live viewers, I'll probably cut it short. Probably won't do too much, but yeah, hopefully get some people as I'm live today. So how is your Saturday going, Mr. Live Viewer or Mrs. Live Viewer, one of the two? So just finishing a couple things here. I want to just do a few, couple things. Okay, so I just finished making a list here for myself. Hey, Ryan, how are you, buddy? How are you doing? How are you doing? You're the live viewer. Oh, we got 2 live viewers now. This is good. We're getting more and more. People are hopping on. Say hello in the chat, whoever our 2 live viewers are. So if you're watching the recorded version, feel free to fast forward, call it 25% the way through, just because obviously in the first chunks here, it's just going to be waiting for people to hop on, doing some little casual chatting. But so I just got home a little while ago, not too long. Got home about, would have been probably about 2 hours ago approximately. Today was we had a big birthday party for my great uncle. He turned 60 years old. Very, very exciting stuff. And also we sort of celebrated a couple of other birthdays. My sister's birthday is coming up, so we celebrated her birthday. Is also my uncle's birthday we celebrated. So we celebrated multiple. Celebrated multiple different birthdays, which was fun. And then I came home, and I'm really what I just finished doing. I streamed live on Instagram actually, but what I just finished doing right now, right here, is trying to figure out what needs to happen, what I need to get done in sort of the rest of the day today. So I've got a list of about 15 things. My brain, whenever I see a to-do list, always thinks I can get it done in one day. Usually end up getting 75 to 90% of the list done. So hey, shoot for the moon and end among the stars, or whatever that expression is. So here's kind of the list. I'll read it out to you. So number 1, need to edit a blog post, and ideally want to send it. So I don't remember if I've said this on I might have said this on YouTube. I can't fully remember. But I recently picked up a paid blogging gig. Yeah, paid blogging gig. And so need to submit a blog post today. So I've written the rough draft, but I need to edit this blog post. I also need to write 2 more blog posts, which I probably won't be able to get done today, but hopefully I can at least make a start on them. Yesterday I was vlogging. So, oh, by the way, thank you. I don't know if the 2 of you who are on here, I'm not sure if the 2 of you were watching yesterday. Ryan, you were on for quite some time. But yeah, I had a really good time making a live stream with some friends. We played a board game called Settlers of Catan, which was some good stuff, fun times. The only thing I say about that is it was funny. I wish eventually we put on this little clip-on camera thingy, and it made the angle much wider, and it helped see the board a lot better. So I wish we thought of that at first, but we didn't. So the first 20, 30 minutes, the camera angle is absolutely atrocious, but gets much, much better after that. So that's going to happen today. I want to edit that vlog. On the same note, I need to create some Facebook and Instagram content. So I tend to do a lot of, I'll chop up and make short little videos for Instagram, Facebook, and I'll edit the dimensions so that they look nicer on Facebook. Because if we have the same YouTube dimensions on Facebook, Instagram, doesn't look quite as nice. Who won yesterday? I lost, and Jesse actually won. So Jesse, it's funny. Jesse got like 40% of his points in his last turn or last 2 turns, which is crazy. So he won and came and won the whole game, which is great. So nice job on him. This is the edit the vlog. Need to get some Instagram, Facebook stuff made. Got to correct a couple people's homework. From some of my students. Need to clear out my emails. There's a lot of stuff on the list. I'm not going to read the whole thing. But let's do. Looks like 2 is probably what we're going to get to today. Probably 2 live viewers. I'll just put the question to you before we move on. Is there something in particular you would like to chat about? Any questions? Anything language related I can help you with? So for example, Ryan, I know you're learning English. Any English things I can answer for you? Anything at all you want me to chat about, feel free to type them in. If not, obviously I'll just go on my own agenda and I'll sort of just spew and go 100% improv as usual. So let's start here. I want to start here. Where was I going to start? Did I say this before? I think I've said this before, but I'm really, really, really interested as to where languages are going to be in 15 years. I think it's a fascinating thing to look at, because one of the things, if you look at, I think I have talked about this, but I'll say it again anyway. If you look at historically what's happened with languages, especially as technology has evolved and technology has changed and grown and become more prevalent in society, it's interesting to see what will happen. So if we look, let's rewind, okay? Rewind the clock. Let's rewind before the internet. Before the internet, we didn't have a ton of people. I was very young before the internet really came, but essentially there were not a ton of options for people who were learning languages. You had books, maybe travel abroad, classes, but there wasn't a ton of options. And now with technology, there's iTalki, there's HelloTalk, there's so many different things, so many different resources, so many different things that the internet is essentially made. Essentially, the internet has made learning languages a lot simpler now than it ever has been. And what's interesting is to think about where that goes more in the future, and where that continues to develop towards. So, for example, I'm going to type something here. Waverly Labs, and what's the other one? I think it's ILI Languages, something like that. I should hit send on that. There you go. So it's two companies I'm looking at, I'm paying attention to, that are essentially instead of making it easier to learn a language, it's doing a lot of the work for you in a lot of ways. So Waverly Labs working on a technology where you stick in these little earbuds, translates everything you hear in a certain language into another language, auto translation. ILI Languages, ILI or however the heck you're supposed to say that. Hello, third viewer. Thanks for joining on. Say hello in the chat. It'd be good to see who you are. ILI or ILI Languages, however you say that, they're working on something different. Essentially, it's like I don't even have anything close to me. It's like a thing. You speak into this thing. You go, hey, my name's Azren, and instantly or whatever, very quickly, it's going to speak that again in your target language, Japanese, Chinese, whatever it is. And these products are not released yet. They're released in May of this year, May or June of this year, in the spring. I don't know if they're going to work. Who the heck knows if they'll work? My guess is that they will be very glitchy and they won't work perfectly, and there's going to be lots of errors, and it's going to be a challenge, and who the heck knows. But the thing is, what I'd spend a lot of time thinking about is, if that's where it is now, what's happening in 10 years, right? What's happening in 15 years? And I've definitely talked about this. I definitely have, but it's on my mind right now, so I thought I'd share. Because man, it's something to think about. Because I don't think, I don't know if language learning goes away. I don't think, I don't know if people are never, if there's a day where people don't learn languages. Maybe, maybe not. But there is no question that, there's no question that if that kind of technology is there, people now have the choice. I definitely have said this, 100% have said this. Now that I'm speaking, I've definitely said it, but it's on my mind a lot. And I actually just watched a video. Who here knows of, there's a guy named, what's his name? His name is Steve Kaufman. That is his name, Steve Kaufman. I don't really, it's funny, I don't really watch or listen to a lot of other people in the language space. I'm usually very, very focused on my own stuff, and I'm not overly aware of what others are doing. But I happened earlier today, to catch a quick interview with Steve. And I didn't watch, I'll be real, I didn't watch the whole thing. It was just a very quick, so frustrating. So freaking frustrating when YouTube streams crash. At least it crashes on mine. I don't know if it's crashed on your guys' end, but it's highly annoying. One thing I like about Instagram Live, guys, I love the Instagram Live way more than I love YouTube Live. I'll just be real. Like it way, 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 way more. The quality's better because I have a better camera on my phone. The stream does not crash like it does on YouTube. Anyway, where is I going? Right, but essentially in the interview or whatever, some of the things he's saying is like, listen, they're talking more on the translation side, right? And I'm not as well versed on that side, but he's saying like, hey, listen, if you're in like a bar or something like that, and you need to do some casual translation or interpreting as you speak, and you have this app, I mean, he's saying like, hey, it's really nice to be able to, he's saying it'd be really nice to be able to actually properly engage with the group. And actually, his examples was with Dutch. He's going, hey, it would be really awesome if that they're speaking, this group of Dutch people is speaking, and you can actually speak in Dutch and actually engage, right? And not have this like machine in the way. And he's also saying like, as a translator, like if you're a company and you need to get like a professional commercial made, a technology probably doesn't, at this stage, doesn't have the skill to make that proper translation. And I think he makes some valid points. I don't know if he's right or wrong. I haven't made up my mind yet, and actually probably won't make up my mind and won't have a firm opinion until I see these technologies evolve more. But the devil's advocate to what he says, or the other side of the coin, what he said is that, what if it was a social norm that lots of people don't learn a language and instead they use these technologies to communicate? If that became a social norm, all of a sudden people would expect it. And of course, it's better to just know the language, but if it's a social norm to have a translating piece of technology does it for you, right? I think it's something to debate. It's something to think about. It's kind of like, if you have a phone, cell phones didn't exist. Like smartphones, let's say smartphones are relatively, it's a new invention, right? Before the smartphone, everybody, it was a good thing to know information. If you were a really smart dude who had a very good memory, had read lots of books, and you were very, very intellectually smart, it was an extremely praised thing. People said, wow, you're amazing, all that stuff. And I think right now people still do that. But now with the smartphone, people now have the option to not memorize everything. People have the option. Because everything is here. This does the thinking for you. And I think it'd be interesting if there's technologies that with languages, instead of you having to learn to say the sounds with your mouth and remember words and grammar and all that, the technology does it for you. I think it would be interesting. I think there's a very good chance that the day comes where those kinds of technologies are normal and are in society. I think that's very very possible. I think, yeah, I do think it's very possible. So you know, Steve's really smart. I'm not saying he's right or wrong. I'm just playing devil's advocate. I'm literally just sharing the other side of the coin, because I think it's yeah, like I said, I think it's very, very possible. Nobody, I don't think anybody would have said, you know, I don't think anybody would have said, even, let's rewind 20 years. If I said, hey guys, even let's 20 years, hey guys, did you know in 20 years everybody is going to have these like devices that you could literally say, hey, can you tell me who the 52nd president of the United States was? And the phone, and it'll tell you. They would have laughed at you. They wouldn't have believed that's possible, right? And so I'm going, let's fast forward 20 years, right? If you fast forward 20 years, you know, listen, that technology could be there, right? It could be there. So something I think about, right? For someone who spends a lot of time on languages, it's kind of like, it'd be kind of similar to if you were a really, 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 really skilled horseback rider, like way back in the future, in like the olden days. If you were an extremely skilled horseback rider and you were good at that, and then someone invents the car, you know, all of a sudden you need to be very careful, right? Because now maybe everyone knows, wow, that guy's really good at riding the horse, right? And all of a sudden the car comes out and there's less people riding horses. Obviously, to this day, people still ride horses. I'm not saying people stop, right? Because today people still ride horses. But there was a day where everybody rode, well, I don't know if everybody, but many people rode horses. But now there's less because people drive. No one's riding the horse to commute, right? No one's doing that. And so, you know, it's similar. Anyway, I think you guys get the idea. But something I'm really paying attention to. So anyway, I'm gonna hop off here. Just wanted to pop on, say hello, get to chat with you guys a little bit in the comments. I don't want this to be a 2-hour live stream like yesterday. Just had a few extra minutes, so thought I'd say hello. Thanks for watching, and I'm gonna hop on to my list and start getting to work. So bye. I don't know why I did that. No idea. End stream.